All right, we are live. How's everybody doing out there? Long time no see. Everybody got their notebooks ready?
You got your notebook, Gil?
I got a Word doc.
Word doc.
Type into the Word
Everybody
doc.
got their notebook. I didn't say it had to be pen and paper. Oops, I'm going to turn my phone down.
I also have a notepad as well.
I found one. It's my kids, but I found one.
And I found a bunch of Post-its as well.
Hey, Ori, good to see you, my friend. How are you?
Virginia. Hey, Virginia. Welcome. Long time no see.
Virginia's in here, too?
Yes, she is.
Oh, yeah. Man. Hi, Virginia.
Hike Camp is here. Hey, Hike Camp.
I want to thank Hike Camp for pulling my name out of the bin. I went over and watched the whole video even, and I won one of his drawings. So thank you, sir. I'll be getting in touch with you through an email.
Oh, John's life.
Also, let's see who else. Yeah. Well, there it goes. We have a perfect little live stream now. Mr. Wes has shown up.
Hey, Wes. Oh, John's Life is here, too. Hey, John.
Virginia.
Virginia.
I hope everybody brought the weapon of their choice.
I got more than one.
Yeah, I brought more than one, but here's one of mine. Spider. Since we're going to be talking about knives and lighters and lamps tonight, like flashlights and knives, I guess it is.
Yep.
Hi, John. How you doing?
Hey, Tyler.
Tyler, how you doing?
Chipper66.
Hey, Chip. No passing notes, you guys. Uh-oh, I got somebody trying to come in under the wire here. Hold on.
Howie, Blue Healer.
Mr. Dan's coming in. There he is.
Hey, Dan.
Been camping backstage for a little bit, but you saw me there.
Oh, you've been
Hey, Dan.
You come in while we were just bullshitting back there before everybody came on.
Yeah, no, we sorry I missed last week. Life's been busy and crazy, so
yeah, I hear you. I'm like on timeout. I'm just doing Mondays for a while.
Hey,
I hear you got a white collar job.
Tibor.
Hey, Kyle, good to see you. Tibor, good to see you, buddy.
Tibor?
Howie's in there.
Yep.
Blue Healer.
Yep.
Yeah, so went and got me a new job this week, so
a new job.
Had to start all that stuff.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Pay better, I hope.
Oh yeah. This is definitely a pay bump, so it'll be good. So.
Yeah, maybe we'll get to see more of you, huh?
Yeah, I'll probably be doing. I'll be in the car. I'll be in the car a whole lot more, so you're gonna see I'll be doing a series of kind of like
Anthony.
live chat, some chats from the car, but
howdy.
We're getting popular tonight.
I lost track of time.
Cruiser. Hey, good to see you.
Hey, Cruiser.
6-pound catfish. Oh, that's a nice one, Wes.
Hey, Texan.
Hey, Texan, the topic is, I guess we'll use this one this time. Knives and flashlights. I hope you brought one or two.
Yeah, I brought a couple. Then I found out that most of my knives are still in California.
That's what Mama's gonna come use on you.
Nah, she's a marksman.
She's the marksman.
She's a marksman.
A marksman.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She's Army, right?
Yep. 91st. Well, she was 91st Division. She was a drill sergeant.
Is there a reason why a subject no longer shows up in the title?
He forgot to put it there.
I probably forgot to put it there. I've been out of commission for a couple of days. I totally forgot, probably, Lori. I apologize.
How dare you?
Hey, no, it adds a mystery to it. They got to come in to see what we're doing.
Hey, but he posted a preview video talking about I got the topic yesterday, or with his little 30-second, minute-long clip.
30 seconds.
So he at least posted a video telling us what the topic was. So you got to be subscribed and watching those videos to.
If you see the notification of me putting out a video, it says Monday night, whatever. I can't remember what I called it now, but.
Yep. So what are we going to do first, Will? We're going to do knives or flashlights first?
I don't
Hey,
care.
JB. Ripper.
We'll let Dan start off and he can decide.
Oh, we can go either direction. I've got a little bit of each laying around. I like flashlights. Those are kind of my thing, though. So let's talk flashlights first.
Got it.
How about knife lights?
Knife lights.
If you have a knife light, that go ahead. Let's see the knife lights.
I don't have.
Whoa!
Well,
It does.
Dave has a knife light.
Oh, we do have a knife light in the house. Okay.
It's an EDC. It goes with me everywhere.
Very nice. I've been as most people that are probably in the forums or I've been a flashlight guy since I was like a little kid. Flashlights have always been my thing. So I've always had a flashlight on me, even before the whole EDC craze. Like I always carried a flashlight with me. And of all the tools that I carry with me on a daily basis, whether it's my pocket knife, the pen, the watch, the wallet, the firearm, all the stuff that's in my pockets on a daily basis, I can guarantee that I use the flashlight at least once a day, if not 5 or 10 times a day. It's probably my most used tool that I have in my pockets, even more so than my wallet. So I think it's really important to have a good flashlight. I've gotten into rechargeables lately because I like bright flashlights and batteries can get expensive. So I've had a lot of success with the company Olight. I've been getting a couple Olights, but I've also got some Phoenix and some Phoenix and Olight are like my two most represented brands, except for my Surefires. But I don't think I'm allowed to show the Surefire flashlights on the live chat because they're attached to certain. Yeah, they're attached to certain items that may or may not be suitable for the live chat.
You can't show the whole item with it.
You can show the light itself, but not
You
the
can
whole
show
item.
the barrel or.
So this is like my everyday carry. I have just this little tiny Olight PL Mini on it. It's great. I think it's important that even on my defensive weapons, everything gets a white flashlight, because being able to have natural white light so that you can use your sense of sight for positive identification, I think is a very critically important thing. So.
I mean, it's
that absolutely counts. So
yeah, this is when I go out of the house. If I'm going out in the woods, this goes with me everywhere. I got fire, tinder, flashlight, and if nothing else, I can use it as an axe.
Yeah, everybody should have a light that is like an EDC. I think everybody does it.
Yeah, I carry this. The one that gets the most use out of me is this little guy right here. It's an Olight S1R Baton 2. It's one of the newer ones. I got it like on a warranty exchange. This thing's freaking bright, dude. It's like 1,000 lumens or something like that. It's like a little tiny single cell battery, and it got a magnet tail cap to it, so I can stick it to the hood of the car when I'm working on the thing. Clips onto the hat easily. It's a heck of a little flashlight.
That's the only Olight I've got that's this small. I think this looks a little bit smaller than the one you got, I think.
Oh, it makes some good flashlights to go on like your everyday carries and stuff.
And they're pretty reasonably priced. They can obviously get expensive. Like I've got this bad boy. My mom got this for me last year for Christmas. It's like one of their copper limited edition Olights, and it's brighter than bright can be. But that was only sounds crazy. Like it's like $100.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like ridiculously expensive when you look at the Surefire lights that I've got on my rifle and pistol setups. Like those are like $250 a piece. Like they're crazy expensive, but they work. So that's why I get them. I'm a little brand snobby at times, and my Surefire lights on my guns. But this Olight that I've been running, I've been really impressed with that as well.
Owl headlight. Tyler's saying he has an owl light.
Oh yeah, this little owl lantern thingy. Yeah, his cute little owl lantern thingy. I like the owl light.
Yeah,
my kids would love the owl light. So
yeah, back in the day, we used to get those 2 AA battery pen lights. You used to carry them in your pocket.
yeah,
Flashlight and carry it around and stuff. We used to carry those all the time when I was a kid.
I have a couple of those
That's
in
what I
my
carry.
med kits.
Yeah, that's what I carry every day. Is a pen light.
Yeah.
Chipper says he has Bob the Builder flashlights on his tool belt.
Yeah.
nice.
Then I graduated to my mag light, like Small Town Preparedness says. I have a 2-cell mag light, a 3-cell mag light, a 4-cell, a 5-cell, and a 6-cell.
JB?
Oh yeah, I made a 7-cell once where I combined a 3 and a 4, and it was freaking ridiculous. It was like a damn baseball bat, but like it was kind of cool. So,
JB, this is the one you're talking about.
Everybody had
This is the one you're
mag
talking
lights
about.
back in the day, if you think of it. People my age or even a little younger than me, mag light was the thing. Everybody had mag lights. If you didn't have a mag light, you weren't shit,
Well, I carry
there you go.
mag
I'm
lights in my
representing.
truck.
I got the mag light right there, baby. Who's repping with me? So,
Small Town and JB.
it's the old school one too. This is.
If you go to the one that says 4 Patriots, you'll see a video on this flashlight. It's the one you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, you talk about making mag lights. I took a piece of the inch and a half, was inch and a quarter, Schedule 40 PVC, and I put how many is now? 1.5. So I put 9 batteries, so it holds 9 D cell batteries in it, and I put for the bulb, I put a car light bulb in, a 12-volt,
you're talking about
bulb like that in it.
one of these here, right? That you get at
Yeah, these everybody gets these to Harbor Freight for free, right?
For free, yep.
Okay. These things are bright. They light up everything
They're
really
very
good.
bright, yeah.
And they have 2 things. You got the big one, and you just got the little one that acts like a spot from the end. Has the magnet on the back and the fold-out hook, so you can just hang it. What's great about this is I can hang it on my shirt, and I can light everything up with it, walking around. Just go hands-free.
And they're pretty good lights, man. Like my kid has like 4 of those in his toy box, and he beats the bejesus out of those little Harbor Freight lights.
Yeah.
And they still work. They still work. They have screws on the battery cap, so the battery cap doesn't even fall. Like those are great little lights for free, man.
Yeah, I have probably about 20 of these around.
Sure.
And a couple stuck on the fridge, stuck hanging on the medicine cabinet. They're all
one in the glove box.
They're all over the place. Power goes out. There's a flashlight nearby to get some light so you can work things out.
I really like having the flashlight with the magnetic back or the base because I have one on my refrigerator as well. I've got one on my toolbox out in the garage and everything. I always know where there's a flashlight staged, even though there's always one in my pocket.
Magnetic base in it.
Hey, Will, I got the same one.
Oh, you do, don't you? Darn.
Just picked this up today for free at Harbor Freight.
Yeah, they're pretty bright.
Yeah. The what's neat is on the back of it here, so I can bring it in here. You got 2 different slots here. You got this one here for like if you want a nail in the wall, you just hook it on there and it'll hang. Or if you have a screw in the wall, you have it will hang up there. And it's got the magnet base there, but it's got 2 different settings. Super bright, and then just bright. And it's basically almost the same LED bar as in this one.
Has your trouble light on it too.
Oh, yours has the trouble light. Mine doesn't. Mine doesn't have a trouble light. Of course, mine was with the.
Oh man.
Oh, you got the bigger one.
Will's
That's
having
why.
a rave. Will's having a rave over at his house, man. He's got the
Yeah. Yeah, mine
White
just
light
has
on it. I tell you, I'm a flashlight guy.
Yeah.
Remember, guys, I just did this one the other day. I reviewed it. It's oh shoot! Look at that light.
You disappeared, man. It melted you away.
Oh, there he goes again. He's gone. He vanished.
He's a brick wall. He looked like a brick wall, man.
Turns him into a ghost.
Oh crap!
Now he's actually blinded himself, and he can't even see his screen.
Catching the house on fire. You know? Oh god.
Yeah. But the other light
I can go into party mode.
Yeah, other light I got with the kit, I thought it was crap at first. With my my Craftsman 19.2 drills and stuff.
Man, it goes into all kinds of modes.
I got this little fluorescent one. I figured, it ain't worth much, but when I went scout camping, it's got a little hook here. And I could hang it up in the tree, and I could just light stuff up with it, and it's got the big rechargeable battery. This would last just about all week at scout camp, when at night, for dinner time. And so, it turned out, even though it's the fluorescence on it, not bad. But my son is going with the new 20-volt stuff, and he's got some sort of battery flashlight came with his kit that's LED, so it lasts even longer than this thing does. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of different type of if you have the 18-volt tools, they got a little flashlight for it. It's 18 volt. So
I'm not leaning towards the rechargeable ones anymore.
Oh yeah,
the batteries will just chew you up.
Yeah, well, it's like that. Those little ones we got from Harbor Freight. They'll last quite a while before the battery goes out. When the battery goes out, then I put these bad boys in there. These rechargeables. I mean,
and loop.
Even if you get the rechargeables, though, they really start eating you up too. And then your little charging station, it starts going on the blink, so you got to go buy another one of those for $26 or $30.
Well, I've had this for about 6 years. Yeah, it's about 6 years, and none of these batteries have gone dead yet. And my boys there were trying to kill the snot out of them on the Wii, because the Wii just eats through batteries for the remote play units and stuff. And so we started putting the rechargeables in there, and they were just going constantly recharging. You're playing them all day long. They're still going fine. And so that Interloop one there, man, it's been probably my best investment. But yeah, I even was able to find on Amazon a 18-pack of the AA batteries for Interloop. And so I picked up one of those suckers, and
How about you, Anthony? Tell us about your go-to lights.
He's got it on his head.
This thing, I got this a couple weeks ago from Tractor Supply. It's just a rechargeable headlamp. It's so cheap, it doesn't even have a brand name on it. It just says LED headlight. So, like, you get it from Tractor Supply. You get it from Tractor Supply, and it's from Shangyu Electrical Company.
I know where that's at. I know exactly.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, exactly. But I swear, I've charged this thing up.
The Cheng Chi Shao Kav 2 Mod 4 version, right? Okay, gotcha.
Exactly. The ping pong, throw some silverware down the stairs company, but you just take the cover off and put a USB phone charger in there, and it's good to go. I was using this thing left and right when I was outside in that hardcore rain taking a tree off my house, and it didn't skip a beat. It was great. Everything I needed to do. And same thing with this one. I'm pretty sure it's the same company, Tractor Supply. It's all you do is just unscrew down the thingy, and there's a USB port, and you charge it up. I've been using these things.
One thing though, Even the
Huh?
cheaper flashlights can serve they're just as valuable as your more expensive lights.
Oh, absolutely.
Do a little bit of maintenance on them, maintain them. Check your battery levels, and they'll serve you very well. You don't have to go out and buy the $300-400 Olights and Surefires and all that stuff for general purpose. If you're talking about
Sure.
weapon equipment, then yeah, you definitely want to buy the more expensive stuff because you need something that's reliable. I've got
I got a Streamlight.
Surefire upstairs for mine.
Yeah, I got a Streamlight for my pistol. I mean, I love having it on there and having a good quality one for sure. It's a TLR1. But when it comes down to throwaways, I mean, you can't beat being able to buy. I mean, this was $9. I could buy 6 of these things and probably never have to worry about buying a headlamp again. These days, it's not like it was 20 years ago where you got to, spend really good money. Like you can get really cheap ones. And if they break, oh, well, it's $9. Cheaper than going to Burger King.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the most amazing thing.
not like we have to worry about going to Kmart or something like that anymore. I mean, we all shop at Walmart or something like that. Everything comes from China. And we already know those old Chinese guys, they work 24/7 for hardly any money. So we get their stuff for hardly nothing. So by the time you buy it and beat the shit out of it for a year or whatever, then go back and buy the same thing for the same amount of money, a couple of bucks.
Texan, there you go. Nice little charger.
I think what impresses me the most, and I'm only 37, so I'm not that old, but I'm old enough. And some of you older guys on the panel will appreciate it even more so. But like when I think back to the flashlights I had as a kid in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, and like the incandescent bulbs, and like how much of a pain in the ass it was to have to change the bulbs, carry extra bulbs, carry D cell batteries, C cell batteries to get these like things that barely put out light that work for maybe an hour. And now you can go and buy like a BS little $5 keychain flashlight that just blows all those out of the water.
Yeah.
Or get them for free at Harbor Freight.
Yeah, or get it for free from Harbor Freight, exactly.
Yeah. Anthony, I forgot to print off my one coupon, but Harbor Freight right now has the swivel lens headlamp LED for free right now.
Yeah.
So I was going to grab one of those today. I forgot to print off the coupon when I was up there.
Well, if I had a Harbor Freight within an hour and a half of me, I'd go over and get some. But I ain't making a special trip out there. If I go over there, then so be it.
Yeah, I was in Idaho Falls to pick up a whole bunch of stuff. I went to a bunch of stores and I had my other coupons. That's when I got that little where'd I put it here?
Oh, Lori, sorry,
that new one. So, but yeah.
Well, and more so than just the brands or or whatever, but I think we've all kind of hit on like a really good kind of like baseline topic about how like important it is to have different types of lights that do different chores. Because like the little flashlight that I carry in my pocket that's like, it's brighter than the noonday sun, but it's like a very directed beam. Whereas like with your headlight, the headlight's going to serve you for hands-free purposes when you're just doing chores and stuff. You've got the kind of the magnet mount light for doing general purpose. Like it's kind of, I think it's really important to understand that like you do need to have a couple of different types now that you have them available to you so easily.
Yeah. Back when I was working as a deputy sheriff, I picked up a Streamlight that took those lithium batteries, this 123A or whatever it is, about as big as round as my thumb and about that long.
Yeah,
CR123.
Yeah, and first time I was using that, when I went to buy new batteries, it was like, holy crap! I paid less for the flashlight with the batteries in it than new replacement batteries cost. And it's like, so that thing just went, I didn't buy any more batteries, so I just stuck it in the drawer because the cost of the batteries was just prohibitive on it.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys if you remember, but at Walmart, all the way back in the sporting department, excuse me, they have headlamp things that just clip onto your bill of your hat. Mm-hmm. They're $1 a piece, and you don't even put a battery in them. You have to pull a strip of paper out, and it just starts the power surge on it.
Yeah, it takes a CR1223 battery.
It's $1 a piece. I used to go in there and buy like 4 or 5, 6 of them at a time. Just throw a couple of them in each one of my packs, because even if you get stranded or something, and you don't, that's light. No matter what, that's light.
Yeah, I'm all about buying like quality stuff if it's something I'm gonna be carrying around a lot. Like I carry a Streamlight pen light in my it's my EDC only because it takes AA batteries, or two AA batteries. The main reason because lithiums, they really piss me off because they don't just like slowly fade out and die. They work and then dead. There's no like, oh, I got to change the battery here in the next hour or so, like a AA does. AA, you can tell it's getting weaker because the light just doesn't seem to be as bright. Lithiums work great and then dead. That's the main thing that pisses me off about.
See, but now what you got to think about, Anthony, now they get fancy. Like, see, I've got a little green light on mine, so it tells me that I'm above 75% battery. Then it goes to yellow, and then it goes to red. So I actually have battery meters on my flashlights now.
Oh, good grief.
And it's recharge. You just clip it to the little recharger on the back of the base right there, and it's freaking excellent. Like, I'm totally like, I get it though. Like all my other little keychain lights and stuff, it's a AAA. Like I go, like my headlamp is a AA because I want to have easy battery replacement if needed. But rechargeable is definitely the way of the future, and I like the 18650 battery. I like that size of a flashlight, and I think it has a really strong output. You can get really bright, and you can have long burn times with the 18650 batteries.
I know myself. I only care about if it's a pistol light or a laser sight for a rifle or something. That's when I really worry about paying big bucks for it. Otherwise, why buy all those flashlights that cost a lot of money if all you got to be doing is, like I said, pick up those dollar lights and throw them in your backpack. They're going to last just as long as the ones with flash that take batteries that are $40 or $50. Only difference is when they go dead, you don't have to stuff a bunch of batteries in them. You just toss them out into the woods or whatever. Pull out another one out of your backpack or your bob or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That way you're not carried around all those damn heavy batteries. I don't care if you're talking about AA or AAA batteries. You still have to carry those things around to replace in your lights, no matter what. And so that's just something to think about.
I like Old Man's comment there in the chat. My house emergency lighting are RV LED lights hooked up to a 12-volt deep cycle battery. And I bet you have that on one of those little trickle battery maintenance charger things, so it just keeps it at full cycle. That is a great idea.
That is a good idea.
And there was another comment there, Will, that came from back up here, small town preparedness. I'd like to be in this group chat. Is there any type of initiation I have to go through? I'm hoping I don't have to be beat down with pillowcases full of quarters or anything.
Nah, it's actually a pretty simple initiation. We have my cat come over and tickle your nose for 10 minutes.
If you like tar and you like feathers, you fit right in. Come on down.
You got to ding dong ditch your whole neighborhood before you can join.
Hey, Will, I got to back out of the chat literally for 10 seconds to get my Bluetooth, so I'll be in backstage in
all right,
10
bud.
seconds.
I'll be looking for you.
All right.
All right. I'll show mine here now. Let's see if this works. Forgive the jumpiness here, guys, but
What are you showing?
it's just a tiny
It
function
looks like
that's
a
always
knife to
within
me.
reach.
Oh, nice set of flashlights there.
And they're always within reach. Everything on this table is always within my reach.
Yeah. So
I got the one flashlight they were talking about, the Patriot flashlight. It's got a solar panel on the side here. It's got lights, all the white and reds. That's white. Has several modes. It is rechargeable via the sun.
That's
This
good.
This is my hunting light. Nice bright green light. Yeah.
That orange
Heart
one,
emergency
yeah, I've
light.
seen those. Those are cool.
There's you guys over there.
Hey!
Wave at everybody. Hi. But yeah, I keep lights. There's flashlights in the bathroom, flashlights in my son's room, flashlights in the kitchen. I don't know if you can see it right there at the top of the door. You can't get any closer. That's a little teeny $1 flashlight. And I'll walk over and get it in a second. But it's a little teeny flashlight I got from the dollar store that's magnetic. And I'll walk over and get it in just a second. But
Did somebody want to jump in here? Is that what they were asking for, Gil?
Yeah, I think Small Town Preparedness would like to join us up here.
All right, I got room for one more. Here, let me get a link up there for them.
Bring them in. Bring some fresh meat.
Fresh meat. We like fresh meat.
Yeah, with initiation doing this crap.
We'll just initiate them right here in front of everybody.
Yeah. I think everybody's seen these lights here, these lanterns.
Oh yeah, I like mine.
Yeah, those things are good. I use I like having the area light. One of the other things it's in one of my other bags out in the garage, but something that I carry, because one of my favorite flashlights, and this Phoenix PD30 that I have, I love this size. It's kind of like that perfect 1-inch tube. It's just a good carry size, bright, whatever. But I've got a little diffuser dome that goes over the lens, so I can turn it into an area light, and it fits on most of my other flashlights as well. It's kind of like a one size fits most.
Yep.
And that's what I like, having the area light. Having those little bits are good.
you're fine, Kalen. You're not up.
Right, Small Town, you need to have some sort of earbud.
If you have an earbud, you can get on with your phone.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is that little flashlight. They're $1 at the dollar store. They're magnetic on the back, and you got to hold it in order to get it to work. But I've got these throughout the house. They stick to the door frames wherever I've got metal. So I just slap it on my light stand over here, and they're $1.
Old man says he uses Napa trickle charge with a 400-watt inverter.
And the old standby.
That put these everywhere.
Yeah. Yep. Anthony has the old chem lights.
I put these everywhere. You don't need to worry about any kind of batteries or whatnot. Just crack them and throw them.
Yep.
And most of them will last upwards of 12, 13 hours.
Hey, Darren.
We got a newbie, guys. Be nice to him.
Hey, I like what Texan put out there. He reminded me of something about too. Is they have those looks like a lantern, but it's got the hand crank charger on it. You can get those at Walmart, sporting good places, and stuff like that. Hey, those things are cool too. You just crank them up, and some of the good ones have a solar panel on the top too.
As
Small Town.
Plain devil's advocate, real quick.
All right, devil's advocate.
Sorry.
All right, go ahead, Dan.
I don't know if you've ever actually tried to use one of those crank flashlights for prolonged durations. I've tried multiples, and it has been nothing but me just for fucking hours. I try because you crank on it for 5-10 minutes, thinking you're charging up the battery. You turn it on. A minute and a half later, boom. No more light.
I have one of those in Charles's bag. That way, if he wants a flashlight, he's got to crank it, not me.
Yeah.
All right,
as far as those cranks go,
your lighting system.
As far as those crank goes, Dan, I've gone through a lot of them that are just like that. Then I found one. Yeah. Okay. Just a second. I found some that have rechargeable batteries built into them, so you can charge either with solar or you crank it up a bunch and it actually charges for a while. Go ahead, Darren.
Nice.
Oh, just how you doing? I didn't think I was going to be able to do this.
You're on.
So because I'm on my cell phone. I didn't know I could do this.
Yeah, it makes it easier.
StreamYard.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what sort of flashlights do you use, Darren?
Oh, JH.
I use Olight and Maglite.
Olight and Maglite.
Yeah, because I started out with Maglite because they're pretty reasonably priced, but then I started graduating up to Olight. But now it's kind of funny because I'm starting to go back to Maglite on a lot of it because I'm starting to just about the same quality.
Hey,
In all honesty, at least that's what I think.
Yeah, but basically they are about the same.
Yar.
Well, since Maglite came out with LED and they have the aluminum casing just like Olight does, but however Olight they do get a lot brighter. And some of the nice things about Olight too is you can recharge them, which is going to save money in the long run.
That OLED are also customized for like pistols and rifles and stuff like that, where maglights really aren't for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I have an Olight for my Glock 19. It works really good. I really do.
I've been
like
pretty
it.
impressed with their weapon lights, because I was a Surefire snob for a long time for all my weapon lights, but I've got an Olight or two, and they work. I've beaten them up, and they keep on ticking, so I'll keep using them.
Heck yeah.
I like what Tyler said in the side chat there. Let's hope technology progresses before HTF. Solid state batteries and kinetic recharging will be so awesome for preppers. Imagine permanent strength batteries and shoes that recharge as you walk.
That's cool.
Or phones with buttons that produce more electricity when you press them when they're not used.
So he basically wants a Tesla coil put into each phone.
Oh, it's happening, man. Like, because I can set my earbuds on the back of my phone and charge the earbuds off the back of my phone without anything being plugged in or close to a wall socket. Like, it's getting there. It'll happen eventually.
Yeah,
I
everything will
don't know if
get
that's
off.
a good thing or a bad thing, though.
Yeah, Texan mentioned the shake chargeable lights, where you take the lights and you shake them, and it has a little battery and it charges up. Problem is, we had some of them we were using. We got them from emergency preparedness company, but my scouts were using them at scout camp. And all of a sudden they just flew apart. They shook it too hard, and a little magnet in there going up and down just blew out the bottom of it.
And creative
dang
is right,
teenager.
too. When it comes to temperature, your batteries will die fast anyway. It doesn't matter what kind of battery you got.
Now, I don't know if you guys want to hear one of my crazy flashlight theories, it's a conspiracy theory. Like, and it's totally self-conceived. It's not something that I've like really. Like, it's one of those just like off the wall thoughts that I had. It's totally get your tinfoil out, because it's a total tinfoil thought, right? And it's not something that I necessarily
hat on for this.
Yeah, it's not something I necessarily subscribe to, but it's just an interesting theory. With the advent of the sealed case lithium-ion disposable unit battery system, so our cell phones, certain rechargeable flashlights that you can't unscrew, that you can't take apart, that's just got that sealed lithium battery in there. They're all made in China, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's not to say that they haven't put some sort of wireless transponder connected into the circuitry of said little flashlights or cell phones or washing machines or whatever it is, and at any point they could like hit that frequency, send out that pulse, and cause all these devices to self-destruct and blow up.
Have you heard
Because
of the
we've seen
cell phone company called Huawei?
Yeah, they had phones that blew up in their pockets, like, and then Samsung had dishwasher or like washing machines that were exploding in basements and stuff like that. So like,
Yes.
It's not that inconceivable to assume that like all of these little, clip on my firearm flashlights that I got for free from Olight to test, like, isn't just some ploy to put like a small bomb on the end of my gun or something like that.
It's not that far fetched, is it?
Hey, that's why the
It makes me
Javelin
sound like a
is so
nutter when I
expensive.
say it out loud, but it's like.
Well, put it this
It's not
way,
a flashlight itself, it's
it
the
makes me
technology to
get
bomb
worried.
inside.
It makes me get worried for some of the stuff I know from where I used to work.
Like, because I could assume that they could like make cell phones like explode if they really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It's not that hard, really. It's not.
They could drive over in their big airplane, go like this, snap.
They don't even need to fly over an airplane.
no, just
On the,
like run a process that causes the CPU to overcook and overwork the battery,
hard.
which then
Want me to
causes
tell
it
you
to
how they can do
go
it?
boom. Like it.
I can tell you exactly how they can do it via GPS signal. All they got to do is do
Sure.
it via GPS signal.
Yeah. And the thing is, so that all they need to do is build into it a short circuit switch.
Yep.
So it just sits there and cooks, and battery just cooks off.
Yep, it can be done via GPS.
We buy all
There
these
you
big
go.
screen TVs.
Crazy tin hat conspiracy theory of the night. That sealed back on your cell phone that's all sleek and nice. It just made it to where you can't. It starts to get hot.
Yep. Remember they
I
used
have to
to be
start
able
scanning all of our flashlights now for bugs. Make sure they're not bugged. You know.
Actually, let's talk. Yes, GPS. GPS is a two-way signal.
Yeah.
It has to both send and receive. GPS is a transmitter and receiver. It can be done via GPS. It doesn't take much coding at all.
Yeah.
It takes
That's
about
what's realism
maybe
to the
700,
theory.
800 lines of code. When you're talking about programming something, 700, 800 lines of code is nothing.
Yeah.
The program we're using right now to do this stream takes over 10 million lines of code just to run this. So to run a program in the background of a GPS signal, which there's already 2-3 dozen programs running in the background of GPS as it is, look at all the apps you're running. They're all sending and receiving information over GPS. It's not that hard to do something like that over GPS.
Learn something new every day.
Sorry, I had to get had to get a little wacko there tonight, man. But that's something like.
Hey, CR, how you doing?
So if it becomes a thing, I was the originator. Just so you guys know that.
All right, we'll all give
Cool, so
Dan the credit for this one.
This man's into flashlights. When are we going to switch over to knives?
Let's switch over to knives.
I already showed you all my knives, so I'm good.
Let's switch over to our pointy things.
Okay. We'll let the new guy start off with the knives.
I'm going to answer. Let's talk about prepping's real question real quick. The right to hack the entire GPS system. We're already running programs. We're already running programs in the back of our GPS system as it is. All it takes is one of them programs to be initialized by a country, and
it's as sharp as a knife.
That's a Viking axe right there. That's awesome.
Sharper than mother.
I'll be one knife that I've been really wanting to check
knives,
out.
what kind of?
What?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Darren.
Oh no! One knife that I really want to try out, and if anybody has, please say so. I want to try out Ultimate Survival Tips MSK1. That's one thing I've been really interested in checking out. I normally use Moras. They're reasonably priced and they're pretty reliable. But that MSK1, I'm really interested in checking that out.
I spent too much money getting this one made. I'm not buying anymore.
I have been using a custom knife for a long time. I had a buddy make me one, so I haven't really used any others. I have a couple of Moras, but I don't know. As long as it's really sharp and pokes, I don't care.
That's it. SOP, did you say you had an MSK1?
No, I had mine custom made. This is my design.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not going to be buying any knives for a long time because this costs way too much.
Yeah. That's the one thing that stops me from getting an MSK1.
Spider knife.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Freaking, that's that Nightwing knife from Stallone movie.
Hey,
That's
old
a
man.
nice knife.
I feel out of place.
That spine and rip across somebody's face, and they'd be hurting.
Cobra, the movie Cobra. That's that knife from Cobra.
Yep.
Now I feel way down on the chain with my little everyday carry here.
Is that your everyday carry?
Yeah.
Oh, man,
I need to change the blade on this. That fast, I can put a new blade in.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight.
Hey, it locks open. And it locks open. It locks at a 3/4, and it locks shut.
I've got one of those. Got a little tool kit in it. And it can change the bit thing. They go in the bottom of it, so you can use it like a handle.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Gil, let me give you a fair warning, though. I've got one I've had for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
The locking mechanism is starting to fail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At the price of this was $299, I can buy a new one.
Yeah.
After several years.
Easy.
I have that knife. I use it for my leather, to cut my leather and stuff.
I like those for cleaning catfish because they really get through that catfish skin.
Yeah.
Super easy.
One of the things that I did when I was a young teenager, I was at a military surplus store and I picked up the sheath cover. And so it has the thing on the back here, go on the web belting and stuff. So my dad built out of a piece of bandsaw blade, built me a knife. Now this thing's been in there I haven't pulled this thing out in like 10 years. It's starting to get a little rusty, but the sucker's still sharp. Yeah, it's called patina. Yeah, this thing is still sharp, and my dad made it out of bandsaw blade material. And
Probably
so,
10,
I think when I was a scout, I took this thing on scouting trips, and I chopped up wood with it. I chopped through brush with it. I just literally, went through the stuff with it. So
Good night, Lori.
all right, Lori, take it easy.
Hi, Lori.
Good night,
And
Lori.
I think I picked this up for $1.50 back in the 70s or late 60s.
The knife.
No, the case.
Oh,
my
the
dad,
case.
my dad took a piece of bandsaw blade, and made the knife.
Yeah, bandsaw blades make good knives.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Spring steel.
What really has me ticked off though is I boo-booed. I brought my ankle holster for one knife. Oh, what do you got there, Anthony? What do you got there?
He's showing off.
No, I saw JH make a comment about the OKC Rat 3, so I was like, okay.
I got one too. I've got my Rat 3 right here. Such a great knife, dude. I think everybody should own this knife right here. That is like, it's
Everybody
a hell
needs to
of it's
Who makes the Rat?
it's the Ontario Rat 3. This knife, everybody, like, this is like a Glock 19 for knives, man. Like, everybody should own this knife right here.
You have to do it. Get it.
It is worth the 70 or 80 bucks. Like, it's like 70 or 80 bucks or something like that. Like, everyone should own an Ontario Rat 3 because you can beat the crap out, and they're like, they hold an edge. They're good. It's like the perfect little size. You can carry it inside the waistband. If you really want to do like the daily knife carry thing, you can do it for camping with the tech. Like, it's a good freaking knife. So
Yeah, my everyday carry is a Camulus.
Hey, Titan.
Everybody's got to say hi to Titan. She wanted to make her appearance.
Nice kitty, Titan.
Everybody should
Jim
also
Bear.
have a neck knife.
Hi, Jim. How you doing?
Everybody should have a little teeny neck knife.
Crypto Man. Good to see you as well.
Red Dawn. What I started to say is I got this little ankle holster for a knife, and it's your standard folding buck knife, with a single blade on it. That is what would go inside here. You just pop it, pulls the knife up, you grab it. But I left it in my scout drawer at home in California.
Oh, California.
Yeah, it's in California. But yeah, I got 3 different knives. I can trade out wearing this depending on what I want to do with them.
So I am very much a knife snob when it comes to like knife. If you guys haven't gathered, I'm kind of snobby about some of my gear. But knives are like something I'm really snobby about. But like, I can tell you, of all the knives that I own, the one that gets the most use, my Leatherman. Like, hands down, like, Leatherman, absolutely just, this thing has saved, like, I've done so much with one of these things. Like, you could build a house with a Leatherman, I'm pretty sure.
Well, this is made by Gerber.
Leathermen are about the only ones
I love Gerber blades.
Any sort of like quality.
Yeah, quality. Leatherman and Gerber, I think, are the 2 best ones.
Creative, high carbon.
Leatherman would probably be the only one I paid big bucks for. I carry a Camulus, and I never carried much for those, but the one I have just keeps the edge on it no matter what you put it through. So,
yeah, when I was the deputy sheriff, one of my little carries on my uniform was down in this little Gerber Guardian until I broke the little tip off of it. But and even then, still I carried it for quite a while. And it's got a little clip, simple tension clip holder there, and it worked great. You can also, what's neat about it is you can attach it with this next to your shoulder holster, and it'll hang in there until you pull it out.
Stainless for me, CR, but the rest of the crew, I don't know. CR wants to know who likes what kind of knife to like more, stainless or carbon?
High carbon.
Depends.
Definitely carbon.
It depends. It really depends on the knife, because now I'll go against that a little bit, because I can tell you, like, if I had to get rid of every single knife I owned and I could only take one, like, and I'm talking like to do every chore, kitchen, to yard work, whatever it is, like, it would be my Benchmade 162, and that is S30V steel, so it's a stainless steel. That trumps every single knife that I've ever owned. It is like the bad boy Mama Jamba right there. Like, that's
like 1095. That's the best.
But 1095 is good because, like, as a wilderness steel, like, you can sharpen it with rocks and stuff like that a lot. It's easier to maintain a high carbon steel than it is a stainless blade. So.
Yeah.
I like
high carbon's a little bit harder to sharpen.
I got this in 1979, and this is actually I can't even find this listed in the Gerber brand makes anymore, because they don't list the Mark II with the black blade and the camouflage handle. And I'm not sure how many of these were made, but I have 2 of these. And these things, I've taken this thing, numerous camping trips and stuff. I've taken it hunting, and it is excellent knife. The handle is really, even though it's painted, it's not slippery. It's very coarse. It's almost like sandpaper. You can't get it out of your hand. And even when it's got covered with blood from doing stuff, it stays in your hand. It doesn't come out. So this one here is probably one of my favorite fighting knives and hunting knives.
Oh, stainless might be okay if you're doing like fishing and stuff. You're getting
Anthony, let's hear your reasoning. Let's hear your reasoning for stainless, Anthony.
Well, you got to figure, I'm in a very high humidity climate. So
exactly.
When it comes down to whatever you're going to carry outside, you have to understand they make really good stainless steel knives these days. 440, if you know how to heat treat it, like a 440C steel is still a very, very, very good usable stainless steel. And when it comes down to the powdered steels, like your S30V, your 154CM, those, they work fantastic. And you don't have to worry about putting any kind of oil on the blade every time you put it away. Now, don't get me wrong, I really do enjoy a nice high carbon steel. I really do, because it makes awesome sparks. And they sharpen on anything you pick up off the ground. But stainless steel, if I had to pick, I just prefer for my climate, because it is so humid here.
Well, and like, I can throw, like, with my stainless, with my S30V guy right here, like, this thing throws a shower of sparks off of a ferro rod, just as well as any of my carbon blades or anything like that. It's all about, like, how sharp the corner is on your spine. Like that's it. Doesn't have to necessarily be carbon to throw sparks off of a ferro.
You got that 90-degree back on it.
This is tool steel. L3 tool steel is what this blade was made out of.
Right, and this one is D2. This is D2 tool steel.
See, while I like D2 a lot, I have such a hard time. I have such a hard time sharpening D2. Of all the steels that I've sharpened, D2 is by far the hardest. Like, I can do it, but it is a pain in the ass comparative to all the others.
I agree.
That's what I like carbon for. Carbon sharpens so easily, though.
Yeah, for me it does. Of course, I've been sharpening knives since I was like 14, so for me it's just.
Well,
I'm 50 plus now, so.
The beauty of the D2 is that, like, it holds an edge forever. Like, it's such a great work steel. But man, like, when I have to bring, like, I once found, like, awesome me. I found in a car, I found a Benchmade out the front, the Infidel, and it was dull as dull could be, and it probably took me damn near a month to bring both of those edges back to life to where they could actually be usable again. And it like I just spent hours sharpening that. I had to reprofile. It was, I should have got it done professionally, but yeah, I've had a hard time
Tibor,
with it.
Tibor wants to talk about striking ferro rods with a knife.
Do not use your
You
blade.
just got to make sure you got a 90-degree angle. If you have a 90-degree angle on a spine of a knife, you're probably going to throw off a really good shower of sparks. But if you have one of those really soft grinds, like a rounded edge, it's not going to throw a very good spark.
Exactly.
You don't use the sharp side. You use this side right here.
This one here,
like at the top, like on the
this
back.
one
Like
here
that's what
has
you use.
exactly a very good back on it for throwing a spark. I don't know if everybody can see that or not.
Yeah.
And then one of the other random things that I do that I don't see a lot of people do, like a lot of people like drag the knife across the ferro rod. I actually pull the ferro rod away from the knife,
That's how
so
I
I can
do.
like just put the knife like right there in one spot, and I can just keep pulling the ferro rod back until I get the and it doesn't mess up my tinder ball. I'm not I'm not punching the tinder ball every time I'm trying to get it to go. It's
A lot of
a lot
people
easier
kind
to
of
do
go
it that way.
down like that, but I kind of hold it still, pull it back like this.
Yep, that's how I do it.
All right, I will say one thing. As far as DMAC's statement about stainless, and this one is filthy dirty at the moment. This is an Elk Ridge bushcraft knife. It's stainless. It's a 440 stainless. I'm not sure which one it is. It doesn't say. But I have put this knife through living hell for the last 3 years, and it's still razor sharp. So I mean, to me, it depends on how you take care of your knives. Now I dropped this one, and I took a little bitty piece out of the tip. So I'm going to send this back to Black Horse Knives and have them redo it. So I'm not going to mess with it. That's part of the warranty. But
This is my one stainless steel I have is this is the Buck model 184.
sharp on both ends.
Oh yeah, and it's designed when you put the sheath back on it. And lock the sheath in place. You got a ring here. You put some cord on, and you throw it up, and use it as a as a grapple. Not that I ever would, but that was one of the things they were selling it at the time. Oh yeah, it works as a grappling. Throw up in a tree and snag it and pull yourself up, and it's like, yeah, right. But
We'll do that on
Sounds
a
like
grapple.
sounds like you would die.
Yeah.
but the
For days.
but as far as using stuff, the saw blade on the back here is still sharp. Works good. I have never oiled this knife, and I've had this since 1982. I believe is when I got it. And stainless steel, all stainless, all cool. It's been in the water. It's been everywhere. And it's a little cumbersome and stuff. But fortunately, these the spikes here just screw out and they store in the handle. Or you can store other stuff in the handle, fishing line, whatever else. It's got an O-ring on the handle. So when it goes through, it has an O-ring right here, so it seals watertight. Yeah.
Now, going in a slightly different direction, something else that I also use literally all the time. I've had this for 20 years now, and it still freaking works. But like this, my little Fiskars out the front saw blade thingy that I've got right here.
Fiskars is
I
great.
take it on all my camping trips. I've literally taken this on every camping trip, hiking trip, date, whatever, for the last 20 years. It still is excellently sharp, still processes firewood better than anything else that I've ever taken hiking with me, because it's like super small, super lightweight, and it freaking works. So like these
Fiskars
little
is just one of
pocket
those
saws,
old reliable brands, you know.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
ACR, actually, I have one that I just gave away. It's an old buck knife. I gave it to a friend of mine. So I don't have it no more, but I had one.
Well, I'm going to go really old school on you guys here as far as blades go.
No.
Old-fashioned.
Oh, yeah, you're straight edge, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Old
And
razor.
as he cuts his throat and he needs
I have-
an EMT to show up.
But
I actually have my
and if
I
anybody
I
hasn't
I have
seen
my
the
great
movie
grandfather's razor. So
Kill Bill, where she has it stashed in her cowboy boot, gets something and uses it to cut her the ropes when she's buried alive. But one of
I'm
the
going to
best.
bring up
That's
something.
One of the
out of
best
the
funniest
grave.
uses of that I've seen. But
I'm
because
going
in a real HSTF situation, a razor blade you can resharpen. Granted, everyone will probably be growing everything else, but there's going to be times where you want to, shave the hair off of something or around a wound or whatever. Definitely something to consider having in your
Crazy talk.
Tibor brings up a point that is somewhat valid. A lot of people, and I've seen it recently on a lot of YouTube channels, they'll take their knife and they'll sit there and they'll strike their ferro rod 50, 60 times. There is a point that you will start heating up your blade on your knife. It's rare, but it can happen. If you're not careful with your knife, you can destroy the heat treat. That's why with all mine, I carry a little razor, saw blade for all my ferro rods. Comes right in this kit from Pure Fire Tactical. I've got little saw blades for all mine. I try not to use my knives at all not because of that. I just try not to use my knives for it because I need my knife for other things.
Yeah.
With
Well,
my
yeah, there's,
Uber Lip-In, if I'm saying that right, it comes with a striker, which is nice. I don't have to worry about my knife at all.
Yeah.
I was going to say the same thing, Darren. The Uber Lieben come with the striker that's attached to the 550 cord, so you don't have to use your knife, but it's nice to know that you can. I'm not saying you got to do it all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. The those knives I got for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway, they have a notch at the back of the blade near the guard that's squared edge and everything to set on the ferro rod that comes with them to strike it there. And that's made specifically for the ferro rod. That's the size of it. And
I'm not going to call any channels out Jerry's woodshop.
Hey Gary,
I don't know if he's even in here. I didn't see.
He's not in here tonight.
he'll probably watch it later on. That's why I said hi, Jerry.
But when we all start out, it's cool to watch sparks fly, but I try not to use my knives. Like I say, not because of that fact, but if you're not careful and you use the same spot in your knife constantly, it will eventually start working on the heat treat because he's right. It is super hot. That's hotter than the forging process.
Yeah. That's why I like the like on Amazon when I bought a bunch of ferro rods. I also bought a bunch of the strikers that are made for it. And if you look at your strikers and stuff, they have like a little cup in the end of it to put against the ferro rod, so you got a good grip thing on it. That little cup cut out there is different sizes, so you can buy them for different size ferro rods, whether you get the 1/2-inch ferro rod or the 5/16 or the 1/4 inch. You want to try to match your striker to your ferro rod.
I'm not trying to say that I'm like a pro or a guru or anything like that, but when you're starting a fire with your ferro rod and you've got like your little fire kit with you, how many strikes do you actually need though? Like I really don't see myself using more than like maybe 3, 4, 5 strikes at most to get my fat wood going or to get my wax wood, whatever it is that I'm
comes down
using
to
as my fire
preparation.
starter. Like it
Comes down to
it's
if you're a good fire starter or not.
it's only a couple of sparks realistically, because like you have a big enough ferro rod. I've got like it's like probably a 1/2 inch or a 5/8. Like it's pretty big ferro rod that I've got. Like that thing throws like a lot of. It's like turning on a road flare for a second and a half. Like if you can't start a fire with 3 or 4 strikes right there, you're not doing it right.
Right, and it comes down to preparation of your bird's nest.
Exactly. And what's really cool, I saw something. I'm going to be doing a video update on it. Is this guy took a bunch of those big straws you get at McDonald's or Costco at the bar. It's the big fat straws. Took cotton balls, pulled it out, rubbed it, soaked it in petroleum jelly, then stuffed it in the straw, and then took a hot pair of needle nose pliers and pinched down on it and made several little pieces and then cut it. Those are great because basically, like you said, you take that, you slit along it, and you pull a little tufts of that petroleum gel saturated cotton out. One hit with your ferro rod, that better go off.
Yeah.
And then it'll just sit there and burn for a while too. You can't let that off, drop it in your bird's nest, and you're cooking with one. Should be cooking with one strike.
That's true fact.
I mean, let's just be honest here. Who doesn't walk around with a big lighter in their pocket though? Anyway, I mean,
Exactly, man. Like,
I have no idea
Yeah.
what you're referring
There you
to. No idea.
you
No
mean this
big
guy right
lighter.
here?
I have a ferro rod, but I usually use it for videos.
I mean, my big lighter is my Pharaoh striker, though, man. Like, cause look at this little shower sparks right here, man. Like, even if I'm not sparking it, like that's like you can start a fire with that just as easy as you can a Pharaoh rod.
Yep.
And it's a lot
like,
cheaper.
I'm not gonna lose my bushcrafting street cred by going out there with like 2 sticks all the time just to prove I can do it. If I can walk around with a big
Right.
ladder, I'm gonna frickin' do it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
My ferro rods are
Well-
1 inch diameter, so I don't have to strike it too many times.
That big
I don't-
lighter,
I
man,
don't
is the
have
only
a big
thing that
lighter.
I could
got,
like.
I got Zippos.
Hey, in
See, I
an
like the
SATF
Zippo and all.
scenario,
Wick
whatever
lighters-
saves calories can save your life. You know.
You know, Zippos are cool and all, but you have to refill them all the damn time. Man, a big lighter, you could literally like throw it in a river for a year, fish it out, dry it out real quick, and keep using it.
Yep.
Like big lighters are like in random side fact. This is, I'm sure I've said this before, but big lighters are the most widely circulated non-currency item
Mhm.
in existence.
Uh,
That's why I've got like 7 packs of extras upstairs.
Tyler's spouting out there in the side chat, blowtorch. In other words, one of those trigger ones they'll for soldering plumbers use. They have the built-in striker built into it. But that's the other thing too. Your your striker for welders for acetylene torches and stuff. Those things throw out a lot of sparks.
Oh
Sure.
man, I'll tell you. All right,
But
guys.
something else we haven't messed with
Way
yet.
over.
Something we
We're
haven't
over.
messed with yet is sharpening. If you're gonna have knives, you gotta have a way to sharpen them.
The thing with the Zippo too, you can put a lot of different fuels into it after it's run out. But once the Bic is out. But
You still use a striker part because even if the fluids run out of a Bic, you've still got a 1/4 of an inch of flint left in it.
yeah, and you also got flint left in your Zippos too.
Shit, I use big lighter flints for my Zippos. I just like take dead Bics and pull the flint out and throw that in my Zippo tubes, so I don't have to go buy the expensive ones.
Yeah.
Click your Bic, the old man says.
Now, like what
That's
Tyler
it.
said there, those torches can be used to start fires, defeat chains, locks, forge things. Yeah, but you don't want to be forging too long with one of those torches.
Make sure you get the yellow canister and not the blue canister. The yellow burns hotter.
Yeah, the map gas. Yeah, it's hotter than.
Guys, let's cut her down.
You cutting us off in an hour?
I'm shutting this down. Yeah,
All right.
We're gonna have an after show. Anybody want an after show?
hour and a half.
Well, we
For an
started,
hour and
we
8.
started at 7:30, right?
You guys can have an after show.
All right. Well, we started at 7:30, right?
Start at 7:30. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
that's 8:39, right?
I
Yeah.
don't know if anybody can
8 or
hear me,
9.
but I lost
Oh,
my
8.
audio.
We got
Yes,
you.
we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So yeah.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good
All right.
night.
Okay.
Don't you guys go too
Been a
far
pleasure.
so we can talk about next Monday.
All right.
Say goodnight to the side chat, though.
Night side chat.
Bye,
See you,
guys.
everybody.
Right,
See you guys all later.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming. See you next time, next Monday.
Put a Ranger band around your Zippo.